Hey guys, welcome back to the channel for another figure opening, and today we're going to be doing this Super Saiyan Goku from the Dragon Ball Evolve set. If you go back on the channel, you can see the other Dragon Ball figures from the Evolve line that I have opened. These are kind of a lower price point retail type figure. They're smaller in scale, much like that. Just they're slightly bigger than a G.I. Joe. Still pretty good size figures. But let's go ahead and wrap them up. I really like the design of the packaging on this, just like all those neon colors and everything. It really just makes them stand out. And the figures look good too, which I think is important as well. Like I said, they are a lower price point retail product, going for about $10 per figure retail. And you can usually find them at like a Walmart or Target. Now granted, some of the figures from the other sets of this line are a little harder to get a hold of. You have to go through like Amazon or eBay to get those. And even those, some of them have a decent enough price point on them. That is still totally doable. But let's go ahead and check out this Goku real quick. So first off, if you're familiar with these figures, you know that they have a ton of articulation to them. Absolutely huge amounts of articulation. Like I said, the figures aren't gigantic. You know, here's an example. Here's my hand. There you go. So, you know, they're not like Dragon Ball Evolve, Dragon Star size, but they are still pretty decent sized. And they even have, you know, the double jointed shoulders in some of them, which is real nice too. It gives you a lot more options for form and posability. Something else that you can note with these as well is that the heads have full range of motion. The torsos do separate easily, so if you want to do some customizing and swap parts on a couple of them, you can, which I think is kind of cool in the realm of trying to make something custom. But like I said, these things are super articulated, lots of joints on them, ankles, feet, hips, quads. I mean, you name it, it's probably got a joint on it. And they're all usually pretty smooth. I've yet to find one that had super loose joints, which is really nice. The face scans on these things, or the face sculpts, are always really well done. I mean, it's kind of hard to mess up a face sculpt on a Dragon Ball figure, but you'd also be surprised. I do like that the hair on this one has a little bit of a shine to it, which is kind of nice. The color of the pants on this one, like I said, this one seems very much like, you know, Frieza Saga, you know, near the end there when he first turned Super Saiyan kind of get up. But overall, it looks really good. The belt turns on it, so worst case scenario, if you wanted to, you could probably separate the torso and take that off. The only thing I wish this one had was either open hands, or it may be separate hands that you could replace or swap out on it. I understand for a $10 figure, it's really hard to make extra parts you can swap out in the package with it, but different hands would be nice. The closed fist kind of kill me. Some of the earlier set figures had open hands on them, so you could do like Kamehameha poses, things like that. But let's go ahead and check out how this figure stands on its own. It does pretty well. Like these things, kind of like a dude. If you saw the Beerus video, you'd notice like these things are pretty lightweight, but they do have good weight distribution. So when it comes to standing them up, you don't have a lot of problems with balance on them, which I am incredibly appreciative of. But yeah, overall, the overall paint deco on this thing is very clean. You know, no splatters, anything like that. Not a lot of crossover paint. Even on the belt, I can appreciate that they kind of made it look like he had pieces of the torn top mixed in with the belt, which I thought was pretty cool. Though I will say that I do feel like since there's a lot of frayed stuff there, they probably could have made all of that same color. So that's a little bit of a, you know, nitpicky thing. But you get the point, though. But like I said, overall, though, the figure looks great. Lots of pose options. I mean, there's not a whole lot you can't do in terms of like how you're gonna put it. You can even put it on like some kind of like a flight stand or something, and you could really just have a field day with it. I've done some fig photography with some of these, and it looks really great. But yeah, these figures are pretty great. Check them out. $10 price point in retail. This is the newest set, which has Beerus, Super Saiyan Goku, and Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. So guys, that's going to wrap it up for this figure opening. So for Super Saiyan Goku, make sure if you haven't already, just go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and then also check out my other Dragon Ball Evolve unboxings, and you can kind of see what some of the older figures look like. But yeah, great figure. I know I've said it already, but I can't emphasize it. These are $10 retail figures, and they feel awesome in hand, and they look even better in hand. So make sure you check them out if you haven't already. But guys, that's going to wrap up this video. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at CollectingGarage. Thank you very much, and as always, have yourselves an awesome day.